if they ask.
The first time I met Carolyn was in San Francisco State. That was about 10 years ago.
And we were both part of a Filipino organization called PACE. And he was an intern and I was a coordinator.
So I was kind of clueless, and she showed me the ropes and everything.
But there wasn't any attraction there. We were both with our own significant others at the time.
That's pretty much the first time we met. The second time we met was maybe 7 years later, I think. And we met at a bar, and I saw her. And
he came in with his brother, and I saw him across the room, and I was like, oh my God, it's Michael, you know, and haven't seen him in like 7 years.
We just really hit it off.
And we just kind of caught up pretty quickly that night, but we were just friends at the time.
That's pretty much when we kind of started falling in love, I think. The first time I kissed Carolyn was in New Year's Eve.
And I dragged my girlfriend to this party in Hercules, and I was like, he's gonna be there, he invited us to go, so let's go.
And I had no idea until that night. Her maid of honor, Susan, actually clued me in and said, you know, you better do something right now, because you're kind of holding out a little bit.
So New Year's Eve hits, and I see him approaching me, and I just kind of gave him my cheek, and I was like, I'm not going to kiss him.
So I ended up kissing her cheek, and I was aiming for the lips, but it didn't work out too well. But, you know, I was determined.
Later on that evening, I was leaving the party, and he asked me to walk to his car because he had my Christmas present, and in that exchange of thanking him, we kind of had our first kiss. I think I knew Michael was the one, God, early on when we were dating.
She also has this unique beauty about her, you know. She's got the curly hair and everything, and, you know, that kind of got me going.
Even my girlfriends early on had asked me, Carolyn, you think you're going to marry this guy? And I go, yeah, I'm going to marry Michael. He's the one for me.
I proposed to Carolyn in New Orleans.
About 1.5 years ago almost, and we were at Audubon Park.
It was across the street from Tulane University.
While I was taking pictures, he had his back turned to me, and I was like, what's he doing? And so he sits me down, and he takes my digital camera, which has a video feature, and he pretends to interview me and says, oh, why don't you talk about our trip so far?
Finally, I asked her if she loved me and if she wanted to be with me forever. And when she answered yes, that's when I proposed and said, Carolyn, you want to be with me forever?
Yeah, I told you that already.
Well, this is what I want to do, sweetie. I want to ask you to marry me. Would you marry me?
Yes, I'll marry you. Yes, I'll marry you.
This is a